Alright. Absolute Ruler of Time. Can be used when you have a number monster on your field with 107 in its name, with exceeds materials, and there are 4 or more cards in your hand. Okay. Send all exceeds materials on your field to the graveyard and return all cards in your hand to the graveyard to your deck except for number monsters on your field. Afterwards, add 4 cards to your hand from the top of your deck. What? What? What am I reading? Am I still lagging? Hang on. I gotta go check. Can't be reading stuff before I'm no, I'm not lagging. What the fuck is this? Huh? What is this? What is this? What is this? Am I streaming twice?
Card games on motorcycles!
My stream ended apparently? Oh, for fuck's sake, YouTube. Why? I'm gonna fucking lose it. One sec. My stream's disconnected like 4 times. It's cut out multiple times. It's now cut out and it's cut out and it started a new stream. So it's been really. Yes. Alright. And this, by the way, is why I stream at night time normally. Because if I stream during the day, I cannot stream. So I live in a great country with fantastic internet connection. Why is it even opened a new stream? Why couldn't it just use the one that was currently there? I don't understand. That is so annoying. Oh my god. It's gonna take ages. I had to redo everything. Let's grab a link to the new stream and post it in the... Why has it done this? Why has it opened a new stream? That's so fucking annoying. And one with like an ancient ass thing too. Alright, I need to grab the chat from this one. Actually, the most annoying shit. My god, it's gonna take 40 years to update the thumbnail, so the thumbnail is just gonna be this ancient ass fucking deck box from God knows when. How stupid. I have no idea if Twitch disconnected, absolutely no idea. Let me remove this one. So I have to update in Discord too. Okay, are we actually back yet? Is this thing... Oh my god, the stream actually died. Lost the entirety of its viewership. That is fantastic. I love you, YouTube, for just randomly starting a brand new stream for no fucking reason. Where even were we? So I think I've updated everything everywhere now. I haven't pulled out the chat though. Chat needs to be over here. Alright. I think we're good to keep going now, I think. Yeah, from 270 down to 70. That is 90 viewers. That is absolutely fucking cringe. Well, at least Twitch is on. Finally found a place with worse internet than Germany internet. Is Germans got bad internet? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Just Germans have shit internet? Alright. You're here still? Thank you, thank you. I should have posted the link in the previous stream chat too, because the other stream chat doesn't even exist anymore, so I can't even post it in there. It's not even there, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think if I do like a new community post or something. Try to re-promote it. Because there's probably still a bunch of people who are sitting in the old stream waiting for it to go live, and it's never going to go live again. No, he's a random card art. This one. You were notified again? We'll get notified a third time. Alright, well, let's just keep going, I guess. Alright, where were we, by the way, chat? Which skill did we cut out on? Have I read this skill yet? Like, did you guys hear me read this skill? No, you guys haven't heard me read this yet? Okay. Alright, Absolute Ruler of Time. Can be used when you have a number monster on your field with 107 in its name with Xyz materials, and there are 4 more cards in your hand. Send all Xyz materials on your field to the graveyard and return all cards in your hand and graveyard to your deck, except for number monsters on your field with 107 in its name. Afterwards, add 4 cards to your hand from the top of your deck. Alright, so a very silly skill that is basically restart, but only if you've managed to get 4 cards back in your hand after already summoning your monster. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this skill. I don't think it's going to be usable, but it's a very funny skill. Definitely a very funny skill. Sending 4 cards in your hand back into the deck sounds very funny. But it's not going to see any play. There's no way. There's just no way. Yeah, it's one of those skills of all time. It'd be pretty funny if there was some stupid combo though, where when you summon it, you just add a bunch of random dudes to your hand, then you can just shuffle them all into the deck to draw a bunch of cards or something. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Tachyon Dragon Domination. There's a lot of skills of this deck. Alright. Set a deck where all monsters that are not level 1 in your deck are Dragon type, Light Dragon type monsters, Light monsters, and are level 4 or 8 with 2000 attack or lower. Dark monsters level 8 and have attack of 2500 or 2000. What is that? I guess that's just weird wording again. Beginner Duel with those settings will let you use each of the following effects once per turn and twice. What is these wording? Why do they keep changing it every time? It's so weird. They keep changing it every time. Okay. The Japanese will find a way, maybe. Okay, well, cool. Reveal one level 8 monster in your hand. Add one level 4 or 8 light monster to your hand and set one level 8 monster in your hand onto your field. So I assume this will allow you to flip the monster face up like the Red Eye skill, but can't confirm that. Return one face up monster on your field to your hand and add to your hand. And add one Tachyon monster from Tachyon Transmigration, that's the counter trap, from your deck, or one rank up from. Oh, so it gives you the rank up as well. Okay. So this skill seems really good. So it can allow you to you can really fulfill the second part of the skill with the first part of the skill, which is nice. If this part lets you flip the card face up, which I assume it does. Searches for any level 8 monster, can put it on the field, return it to hand. Can search for the trap card if you're going first. And if you're going second, you can just use this just to put a card on the field, which is pretty sick. It's not usable in Galaxy Eyes decks though, since you can only use dragons in the deck. Wait, isn't Galaxy Eyes all dragon? Are they not? Oh, they do have a bunch of warriors. Oh, it has to be a bunch of dragons. That's interesting. Okay. I wonder how you'd make the skill work then. There's probably some way to still make the skill work, but that is very interesting. It has to be all specifically dragons. Okay. Konami did it. They made me doubt my own English language skills. Holy. What was this, a stream this early? The funny thing is, this is the second time this stream's happened, because it's already cut out, so I've had to do this stream twice. This is the second iteration of this stream. We've lost half the viewership. Very cool. Half the viewership, and the other half couldn't find the stream. That's gonna piss me off. That's why Spiral Card is good. I mean, this doesn't dump the card to the graveyard like you guys were saying. So I don't really see how that would help it. You guys are saying there's this card that dumps Spiral to the graveyard straight away for it. I don't see that now. You can search for it, I guess. The first part of the skill makes all your dragon type monsters as what? Makes all your monsters dragon type as long as they're not level 1. What? No, that's not what the skill does. Anyway, moving on. Face the Great the Duel, add one Radius, the Half Moon Dragon, and one Parsec, the Interstellar Dragon to your deck. Then add one number 107 Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon to your extra deck. The following effect can be used if your life points 1,000 below. Return one card from your hand to your deck, add one rank card, blah blah blah. Not going to use this skill because the ones are better. Alright, so is that all the Galaxy Ice skills, or is there more coming? Oh, there's more coming, hang on. Sorry, there's more coming. Still more coming. Alright, Shiranui style. Actually, we'll finish the Galaxy Eye skills first. We'll go through this one. Photon Dragon Advent. Did I disconnect again? This one. Still working on my end. I'm good? Oh my god, I really hate living in this country. Holy fuck. Alright, we'll keep going. Alright, Photon Dragon Advent.
Card games on motorcycles!
You can use the following effects once per turn. You cannot special summon any monsters except Galaxy or Photon monsters with levels during the duel you activate this skill. Okay, reveal one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon or one Galaxy Unite in your hand, and you can you only use, what am I reading? Reveal one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon or one Galaxy Unite in your hand, and can you only use them once during this duel? And can you use them? Am I having a stroke here, or is this written really poorly? Please tell me I'm not the only one that's trying to read this. The skill is asking you. It's like, oh, me? Oh, can I? I don't know. Can I? Anyway. From your deck, add 2 cards to your hand. There can be only 1 card with the same name that are Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon or level 8 Warrior type Galaxy monsters. Then you can send 1 card in your hand to the graveyard. Okay, so this is what chat was saying about putting a card in the graveyard, but if that's the case, this thing was literally adding level 8 cards anyway, so that would be completely pointless. Alright. Send 1 Galaxy Eyes card in your hand to the graveyard. To use it, set 1 Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon on your field from your hand or graveyard. Galaxy Eyes what? Who are you? Oh, this thing. Oh, it says set again, right? So I assume we can flip this thing. What do? You can tribute this card, special summon Galaxy Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. Oh, that's great, because this thing literally can put it in the graveyard. You can't use these following effect. So you can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is in the graveyard, you can tile on Galaxy Eyes Seas monster control. Attach this card to its Exceeds material. Okay. Well, this skill seems pretty good. This one's looking really good. I'm liking this skill. I've read all these other ones, and they're all kind of okay. This one's looking really good. I'm liking this one. If we find some way to use this one will probably be good, just purely because you can search for the counter trap. But, yeah, I'm really liking this skill a lot. Really liking this one. I think this is the skill I'll try on release, I think. Unless there's some cards in the box that change my mind. We haven't actually gone through the box yet, so. Alright, I think that's all the Galaxy Eyes skills, I think. So now we can actually look at some of the other stuff. Alright, Shiranui style successor. At the beginning of the duel, if you have 10 or more zombie type monsters in your deck, add 4 types of Shiranui monsters to your extra deck, and send 1 Shiranui Spectral Sword card to your graveyard from outside of your deck. Alright, so this card it's already sounding pretty good, because it's going to give you a bunch of extra deck monsters, because this skill was leaked earlier, by the way. I've already read this skill, but it's been changed since. It's going to be giving you 4 types of Shiranui monsters in the extra deck, similar to what the Mayakashi skill did, which is already really sick. That gives us a bunch of extra deck space for a bunch of random-ass Synchro zombies, which is cool. And send 1 Shiranui Spectral Sword card from outside of your deck. So this also means you can probably use this thing on turn 1. For you guys that haven't played Shiranui before, it's talking about this little level 2 here. It's a card that can you banish from your graveyard with other zombie dudes to then synchro summon using stuff in your graveyard. So you can do basically you can use this on turn 1, which would be insane. Potentially. Alright, during this duel you can only use special summon monsters with levels. You can only special summon monsters with levels except for zombie type monsters or fire monsters. You can use each of the following effects once during this duel. Send 1 level 4 monster in your hand to the graveyard. Add 1 Shiranui card to your hand. So we were worried at first when we read this, because we thought they might be adding the Shiranui trap card. We are not getting that. But there are still some good targets for this in the spell cards. Specifically, we've got your Ghost Meat skill, which is a good way to sort of play through Disruption. So that's pretty sick. Already being able to just put level 4s in graveyard to be used with your spectral sword if you'd like. You can also put the Gozoki in the graveyard. I think Gozoki's being added wherever he is. I think he's up here. Yeah, you can put this, or Mizuki, sorry, not Gozoki. You can put this guy in the graveyard, which is also pretty sick. So, yeah, this skill's looking really strong. Alright, return all synchro and elite monsters you can to your extra deck that are banished or in your graveyard, including 2 or more synchro monsters. Banish 2 zombie type fire monsters with different levels from your extra deck. So this second part is purely for the link monster, which we'll talk about later on. So we'll talk about it later. Essentially, this skill is going to be insane. I'm predicting this will definitely make the deck at least tier 2. If the trap card was added to the game, I would have given this a fat tier 1 easily. But without the trap card, it's probably looking like a tier 2 from me. That's what I'd say this skill is doing to the deck. And we'll talk more about it once we've got through the Link monster, which is coming up later on. Alright, then we have Synchron Quantum. You can use the following effects once per turn. You can only spell summon Light, Dark, Earth, Cyburst monsters during this duel. You can use the skill excluding spell summons from the hand / extra deck. Reveal 1 Cyburst Synchron in your hand, add 1 level 3 or 4 Light Cyburst monster with 800 defense or less to your hand, and send 1 card in your hand to the graveyard. Set 1 Cyburst Synchron onto your field from your hand, then you can return up to 2 Cyburst monsters to your deck that are banished and or in the graveyard. Alright, so this skill is specifically being used to summon another card that's being shown in the box later on, this big guy over here. So I'm not too versed on what exactly that card does yet, so I can't really talk much about the skill currently until I've gone through that card. So, yeah, we'll have to wait till we go through the cards so I can talk more about this, but until then, there's not really a whole lot of, not a whole lot of things I can talk about with this skill yet. It's just allowing you to summon that dude, which we'll talk about later on. Alright. So this thing only had locks for that though, right? Yeah, I can only summon Cyburst monsters, so it's kind of weird because there's not that many Cyburst Synchro monsters, so unless the new Synchro monster they're adding is really good, this skill will be pretty dog shit. But if the monster's really good, then this skill might be good. Alright. Salad can use this skill, I mean, if you want to. Photon Dragon Advent. Oh, so you read that already. Battle Chronicle. What is this? Oh, this is the skill that's going to be used with the brand new Dark Magician / Blue Eye structure deck that's coming. All right. During this duel, if you special summon Chronicle Magician and a normal monster with 2500 attack or defense, you no longer need to tribute, and you can only summon or special summon Spellcast type light monsters, Dragon type light monsters, and effect monsters with levels. Did I read that really badly? What did I just read? During this duel, if you special summon a Chronicle Magician and a normal monster, you no longer need a tribute. So just saying, okay, and you only summon or special summon spellcaster light monsters, effect monster with levels. Okay, so basically this just lets you normal summon these guys without tribute. That's all that needed to be said. I don't know why I'm having absolute stroke reading these skills today, but they are written very well. You can use this once per turn on a turn where a Chronicle Sorceress or a level 7 or above monster is summoned or fusion summoned. From your deck, add 1 Successor Soul or Quick Play spell card with Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon in the card name to your hand, and send 1 monster to your graveyard from your deck / extra deck that isn't an effect monster, and that doesn't have a monster of the same name in your field or graveyard. Alright, so there's only this skill is looking very heavily favored towards Dark Magician because there isn't really that many good targets for Blue Eyes in the quick play category outside of course, this new Successor Soul, which we'll talk about now, I guess, because why not? Alright, Successor Soul. Tribute 1 effect monster, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. Then Spirit Summon 1 level 7 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck. You can only use once per turn. So essentially it's a tribute 1 monster, remove 1 of your opponent's monsters, and summon a big card, which has really good synergy, of course, with Circle, because this thing can then banish, Circle can then banish a card as well, so that's 2 lots of disruption from 1 searchable spell card. So I'm thinking this is going to be definitely a Dark Magician skill, not a Blue Eyes skill. I think Blue Eyes will still prefer the skill they've currently got. But Dark Magician will love this. I think this will become by far the new Dark Magician skill. Successor Soul is just such a good card. Plus, there's even some other sort of Dark Magician-ish quick play spells you can grab. There's obviously the Fusion spell. If you'll load. There's the Fusion spell. There's the Dark Magic Expanded's okay. We've got Illusion Magic if you want to search for more Dark Magicians. So there's a few good targets, but mostly you're gonna be searching for your Successor Soul. This card's in the moon box? Yeah. I made a top 5. Yeah, I haven't made those videos in forever, buddy. It'd be more than a year. That's like some 3-year-old content. Yes, this skill seems pretty good. I think just based off the skill alone, without looking at the cards too much, I think the Dark Magician's going to be just better than it was. But probably, I don't think it's going to be meta relevant still. It's still playing Dark Magician, which is the downside. But this is definitely a very, very good skill. Alright, moving on. So we've finally gone through the skills after multiple stream crashes and whatever else. Next up, we have some campaign things here. Friend invitation campaign. Anyone in chat got any friends we could use this on? I'm interested to see what the actual friend invitation campaign is. Like, if this is like, invite a friend, gain gems, that'd be so good for me, because I just post my link on the community tab. Make everyone click my link who plays Master Duel and just get free gems. I could be your friend. The issue is, guys, you guys all play Duel Links, so that doesn't work for me. I need people that don't play Duel Links, so... I think I just post this on the community tab for Master Duel players and be like, hey guys, you should totally log in just so I get my free gems. That'd be great. Just make 20 old accounts? True. 1 billion alt accounts for 1 billion gems? We get 1 gem per friend? Holy, that's a lot of gems. 1 gem per friend invite. That's crazy. Probably get gold or something useless. That'd be right. Alright, then we have the Bond of Duelists event. I don't know what that means, but it has got the world in the background for some reason. Some international thing. I don't know why. Some logos. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. It's got something to do with like a global thing. So it's showing the planet for some reason, so... God knows what this event's for, but I assume it's some sort of like... bunch of people need to summon this many Dark Magicians across the world or something. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I don't think it's a PvP event. Me reading this looks like it's one of those events where it's going to be like, once this many people globally achieve this certain thing, we'll give you this reward sort of event. I think it's going to be one of those sort of banner events. So I think it'll be like, special summon this many times in this time period. We'll give the whole community this many gems. That's what it reads like to me, just looking at it. Yeah, let's all bond together. That's kind of the idea. So the entire community gets together, does one thing. The community gets a reward. Julie's forced us to make real life bonds. True. All right, then we've got some stuff here. We've already been through these cards. There's some cool banners there. Some more dream tickets, actually. We've been getting a lot of these lately, haven't we? Countdown bonus for 300x stamps. We've already been through these cards already. We've got some dudes. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Why are there 2 lots of character here? There wasn't a skill that lets you change into a different form, right? Why is there multiple dudes? Was this one a change form thing or something? Oh my god, we disconnected again? I'm gonna murder this fucking internet. Countdown bonus. Oh my god. For 300x stamp. There wasn't a skill that Are you back? Please stay with us. Yeah, I'm never streaming during the day again. I'm 100% only streaming at night. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have streamed during the day. This country is too dog shit. This country is too dog shit. I am only streaming at night from now on. Holy shit. Fucking my next door neighbor turns on his turns on his Dell computer from 1986. My fucking internet disconnects. That's basically how it works in this country. One person from anywhere on your street decides to open their mobile phone to check Twitter. Holy shit, the entire town's internet disconnects. I love living here. Alright, so where was I? Okay. I was asking, is there a skill that actually changes this character to look like this? I didn't see a skill for it. The skill that changes him is already in the game? But he's not already in the game. How can there be a skill that changes him in the game when he's not in the game? What's changing it? Guy turns on the whippersnapper and the Wi-Fi shuts down. Exactly. Like, someone starts cooking their fucking burrito in the microwave next door. Internet cuts out. Yeah, I don't see any skill that changes the character to have the character change. But anyway. Brain morph. I don't see these skills. Oh, is it just like is this just meaning the like a archive skill or something that just does this? Oh, so it's just like an archive skill or something. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Don't care enough. Alright, so we've got a Divine Dragon Knight Felguard bundle being added. No doubt for Galaxy Eyes to have a turn 1. So this is not quite as good as the card we used to have via a skill. Tier level 8 monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can attach one Exceed material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. This turn, its effects are negated, but it is unaffected by other card effects. Alright, so this card is a quick effect negate, but not a quick effect destroy. So it negates, doesn't destroy. It's not quite as good as what we had for previous level 8s. But it is something, because Galaxy Eyes doesn't really have a turn 1 outside of the Link monster right now. Which is kind of bad, it's like a discard remove or something. I don't even remember what the Link monster does. So it's nice we've kind of got, this is like, whatever his name is at home. Yeah, Photon Lord at home is what this card is. Not quite as good, to be honest. Yeah, Walmart Photon Lord. But it's good to see we have at least something going on turn 1. But yeah, so I assume we're summoning this turn 1 now. Oh yeah, also obviously you can put this in like D or something as well. Anything that can make rank 8s can play this card as well. So D is a good one. Link is a pop, you need to discard a Galaxy monster. Yes, that's a discard, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, we've got a turn 1, not as good as the old turn 1, but at least it's something, I guess. Alright, then we've got a new structure deck, Wowee, which is going to contain, we'll skip over this stuff for now because it's in here, some of these cards. So I assume anything in here that's related to Dark Magician is probably going to be in the box, so in the structure deck. So let's have a look and see which ones relate to it. This card I think is given to us via an event. This card's funny. Magicians of Bonds and Unity. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be spent or summoned from your hand by having 25 or more cards in your graveyard. Gains 25 attack and defense while your opponent has 25 or more cards in their graveyard. Holy, I've never read something so broken in all my life. That is crazy. That is crazy. This card's not going to be in the structure deck, by the way. I think we're getting this via like an event campaign or something. I assume it's going to be related to like this big picture down here. I assume we'll get it as part of this or something. Like a login bonus or something. If this is in the structure deck as an ultra rare, I'll be very depressed. Yeah, the speed format. Yeah, it's not happening. Alright, so I guess we'll just read through all these because why the fuck not? Number 49, Fortune Tune. So I know this card pretty well because this is a very good card for Zeus. We don't have Zeus or a main phase 2, so it's probably not going to be that useful. But for Zeus, it's a great card. During each of your standby phases, gain 500 life points. This card cannot be targeted by card effects. If this face-up card be destroyed, you can detach one material from this card instead. When this card is sent to the graveyard, target 2 level 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them both into the deck, and if you do, return this card from your graveyard to the extra deck. So this card is going to be fantastic, potentially actually useful in Duel Links for a stall strat, or like some strat where like you're in a dire state, you can just summon this thing to the field. And it's actually really hard to get rid of. So if your opponent tries to beat over it, you just detach and say no. It does get removed, it puts itself back in the extra deck, and it can't be targeted. So yeah, this card's actually really annoying. So if you're in a really bad spot with a deck list where you just need to delay a turn, you could summon this thing to the field. But there's no real... It's not going to see that much play, but it could be useful just in case of like a delay tactic sort of thing. That's about all. Grass unbanned confirmed. Yeah, maybe that's why it's being released. Zeus confirmed. And Burning Abyss still. But yeah, but it's probably not going to see all that much play. Alright, then we have Tachyon Chaos Hole. Holy. When a face-up galaxy sees monster controls destroy a battle with an opponent's attacking monster or by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many face-up cards your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, banish them. During your draw phase, if this card is in the graveyard, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can banish this card, then target one galaxy exceeds monster in your graveyard, special summon this card. So summon that card. Alright. Actually a fairly cool card. This is like that would be really annoying on ladder if some dude just memeing by playing this card. That is a very strong effect, but it's not likely to be that relevant because it's sort of equivalent to like a Mirror Force type of effect. Obviously, this one does work on targeted destruction as well, like if you're just any sort of destruction as well. But I think in this game, most people are returning to hand. They're banishing. They're not necessarily destroying. So yeah. Or if they're just going to remove this thing before destroying, just with an MST or something. I don't know. So I don't think this will see play. I don't think so. Although it is a fairly scary card, I will admit. There is a good chance this thing is scary enough to see some play. But it's sort of like a battle trap. It's not really that great. Especially when this card exists, which we've been through earlier. So we'll talk about that later, I guess. Wait, this is going to be a... Oh, this is in the box. Oh, it's a drop card or something. Oh, this is a level up reward. That's sick. Damn, level up reward? You don't have to pay for this thing? That's cool. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Okay. Wait, Galaxy Eyes is looking like it's going to be fairly cheap if you already own most of the Galaxy cards. Anyway, we'll talk about that stuff later. Gone through him already. Alright, Ultimate Fusion. This card's probably going to be in the structure deck. Doesn't this work with the skill? What do you mean? Like searchable off the skill? I think all the skills can only search for this, right? I don't think this mentions Galaxy Eye specifically or anything. Alright. It's good, but it's not searchable. I mean, the skill will search for this, so... Alright. Moving on. Ultimate Fusion. During the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as material by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it from the hand, field, and or graveyard into the deck. Then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons used used from the field as material. Alright, so this card is really interesting. This card's really interesting. This card is, because you got skills like the Blue Eyes one currently, which literally just puts 2 Blue Eyes in the graveyard immediately. This thing could then use those as a material to destroy 2 cards your opponent controls, even before your monster hits the field. So this basically makes it so that your opponent can't... If your opponent has like the new Constellar monster, for example, on the field, which has the quick effect bounce, that's completely useless versus this card, because you just summon this thing out. It will pop your opponent's stuff as this thing resolves, and your opponent won't get a chance to remove your fusion monster, for example. So I'm not sure how exactly we'd run this card, but I think we'd probably run it. At least I'd like to give it a try. Yeah, it does sound pretty fun. It's also a very good late game top deck since you can just use cards in graveyard. You can even just set this thing and then during your opponent's turn, just use it to fusion summon using the stuff in graveyard as well. There's a lot of really cool uses for this thing. You can use this thing after you've done all your turn and you've done your, let's say you're playing Blue Eyes currently turn 1, right? Your current Blue Eyes. They summon out their Synchro monster, right? Where they put the 2 dragons in the graveyard, you'll have your stone or whatever else, and you've gone into your Synchro monster. You'll just have the materials in graveyard to activate this thing, to pop your opponent's stuff, and just summon a dude during your opponent's turn. With current Blue Eye skill. So, yeah, this is a really good card. I really want to give this a try in Blue Eyes. I think it'll be really good. I think this might even be a 3 of in Blue Eyes, because like if you're just, like I said, standard Blue Eyes right now, that turn 1 puts enough materials in graveyard to use this thing.
Card games on motorcycles!
To pop, opponent's field need Blue Eyes material. Yeah, but like I said, current Blue Eyes skills puts Blue Eyes in the graveyard. For you to like Monster Reborn back, use with your little tuner monster to make your Synchro dude, and then you'll have 2 Blue Eyes in the graveyard for this card to use. You can search it with the new skill, the current new one. Could you? Oh yeah, the new skill can search for it too. You can use this thing to search for it if you want to. That's kind of interesting, actually.
Card games on motorcycles!
Is that better then? No, I still think the other Blue Eyes skill is better. I'm pretty sure it's still better to use the standard Blue Eyes skill we currently have, and just play 3 of this card. Is that better? Surely that's better. I mean, I guess this also dumps the Blue Eyes. I don't know, maybe it is better to use this one. Maybe we can just play Dark Magician and Blue Eyes together just because this card's really good. Maybe we just play both. Spell doesn't have Blue Eyes in its name. I thought this thing searched for just has to have Blue Eyes in the card text. Quick, or quick play spell with Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon in your card. Oh, it's only a card name. Oh, never mind. This doesn't work with it. That guy was chatting. Never mind. It doesn't work with the skill. The skill only uses hand. Cards of them in the name. Blue Eyes needs to be in the name. This thing only says Ultimate Fusion, so. Oh, the Blue Eyes on field only counts? Use from the... Oh, okay. I guess that's true. That's true. Oh, it's not as good as I thought it was then. There's still quite a few hands that works with though, Marco. Because if you say, let's like, again, start using the current Blue Eyes skill, where you summon your Blue Eyes, you summon your Reborn, summon the Blue Eyes, those two cards become your Synchro monster. You set this thing during the opponent's turn, or during the end phase, your Stone will proc, summon a Blue Eyes to the field, then you can activate Ultimate Fusion using the Blue Eyes on field and the one in graveyard. So you would have one on field. So there's still a pop one card during your opponent's turn. Or during your own turn, potentially multiple Blue Eyes, you can pop your opponent's stuff. Wait, so does that mean there's other spell cards? Do they not have... Wait, they don't have Dark Magician in the name. Wait, you're right. Oh, I just do. Oh, never mind. Wait, surely that's just mistranslated, right? Nah, surely this is mistranslated. No, this is 100% mistranslated. This is 100% mistranslated. Because like that guy makes a good point. Which Dark Magician quick play spell here has Dark Magician in the name? None of them do. It's just mistranslated. This 100% must mean in the card text. It also makes sense why they're releasing a new quick play spell for Blue Eyes. Like it has to work that way. F, did I die again? No way. Nah, surely this is mistranslated. No, this is 100% mistranslated. This is 100% Dark Magician in the name. None of them do. It's just mistranslated. Did my stream die again? Translate. This 100%. No, it didn't die. I'm being baited again. Never mind. Alright, never mind. One guy typed F in chat and I got scared. Alright, this definitely makes the Blue Eyes for the new skill seem a lot more appealing. Because before there was no real reason to use it. But if this works with the new skill, that's way more appealing. Oh, wallpaper, step up your game. Oh, don't worry, there's a new wallpaper coming up. Don't you worry. We'll go through my new wallpaper in a second. It's coming. Anyway. Alright, so moving on. We've spoken way too much about that card. Way too much about that card. Magician's Combination. Once per turn, when a card or fate is activated except during the damage step, you contribute one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, spell summon one Dark Magician or Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard with a different name from the attributed monster, and if you do, negate the activated effect. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can destroy one card on the field. Okay. A negate for Dark Magician, but you specifically need to be running Dark Magician Girl in your... Where's it summon it from? So you have to be running both of them, and it can only summon from hand or graveyard. Huh. This would be really good if Dark Magician Girl was a normal monster, because your skill puts a Dark Magician or puts a normal monster in the graveyard, right? How good is this? Interesting. This only works if you're able to have both a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl in play at the same time. How easy is that to do? How easy is it to get like a Dark Magician Girl in your hand and a Dark Magician in graveyard? Dark Magician's easy, but the Dark Magician Girl part sounds a little bit more annoying. Because your skill can dump Dark Magician, right? So then how do you get a whole Dark Magician Girl? Is there an easy way for that?
Card games on
That doesn't really just mess up the rest of your strategy with what you're doing? You don't have to run both? You do, because this thing says specifically a different name, right? Yeah, with a different name. So you have to have both of them. Full back row not worth. That's also true, because you've probably already got Circle set. Circle, you've got your Dude set. Navigation on field. So there might even be enough space for this thing. But it is an Omnigate, so... Cell's Dance? I believe I can't remember. Get this in Circle Up, you pop 2. It's certainly interesting. I'm kind of skeptical when we are able to play it. It's Omni Negates are so strong, but I don't know. Like the current way, okay, so let's think about this logically from how Dark Magician is going to probably be played. So you're going to have Circle on field, right? You're always going to have Circle on the field. Your current skill is searching for a quick play spell card, which you're going to want to have on the field 100%, called Successor Soul. So that's 2 slots already taken up. Then you're probably playing your Magician's, whatever you call it, Soul or whatever you call it, Navigation. So all 3 zones are taken up, right? If all 3 zones are taken up, there's probably no reason to play it. Like, obviously not always going to draw Circle, not every single duel, but if you have Circle, you're probably going to have it on the field with your quick play spell, so you're probably not playing this, right? There's just not enough space on field for it. So it's a good card, but I actually don't think it sees play just because we don't have the space. Then again, maybe you don't even play a navigational build or something just because your spell card can now search it, I don't know. It can special summon, I don't know. Yeah, Eternal Soul, that one. It's certainly interesting, but it's VLS normal, what the cross duel? Yeah, that's also a thing. So you might not even need Soul, or you might not need Navigation, because the spell card can now summon it. But it seems kind of weird not to play Soul and Dark Magician, right? It seems kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know. This is going to take a lot of testing, I reckon. But I think my early builds won't be playing this, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. Alright, then there's this card which you went through earlier, the Blackluster Soldier, that can't be played with the other Blackluster Soldier because they share the same name. So you can only play one of this, or 2 of the Ritual Monster, or 2 of the Ritual Monster, and one of this, or something. Yeah. Is Bond between Teacher... Bond between what? Bond between... Who? No. Yeah, not playing Eternal Soul does sound incredibly weird. Alright, Chronicle Sorceress. Alright, you can activate one of these effects based on the attributes in your graveyard. Light, send 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to the graveyard, except Chronicle Sorceress. Dark, send 1 Dark Magician or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so this is how you can put Dark Magician Girl in the graveyard. So the skill puts a Dark Magician in the graveyard, right? Before you even activate it? So the skill can put something in the graveyard, so you have the requirement field before you summon this thing, so you'll have a light or dark in there, so you can just use it. We can make Ultimate Dragon Master with the normal monster BLS. What? Okay, that's a kick. Next Dark Magician skill adds an extra spell zone to your field. Just lets you use the field spell zone as a new spot for Eternal Soul. Alright, this card is probably going to be used just because the skill exists. But it might not be. I don't actually know how good this card... This card's really good with, like, if you wanted to play, like, the Blue Eyes Fusion variant. If like Dark Magician, would you prefer to summon this or Rod? I think I'd prefer to summon Rod, wouldn't you? Isn't Rod just a better summon than this? And if you're not summoning Rod, you're just going to keep it for normal summoning Dark Magician for Circle Pop? Like, does the Dark Magician deck need this at all? I can understand if you're using this for the Blue Eyes thing, because you want to have resources in graveyard for the fusion, but... I don't know about using this for... Actually, how's the skill working? You had to summon... I guess you have to... Oh, it has to be used for the skill to work. It can't be any effect monster. It's either that or a level 7, or your Dark Magician itself. I guess you probably have to use it just because of the skill requirement. Why not both? Because you can't, like, summon both, so it's kind of pointless. Right? So you can play both, but if you open both, it feels like shit. You can now summon Eternal Soul in attack position for the Ling Zone? Hell yeah. I don't know. This card seems okay. I think just because of the skill alone, you're probably going to have to play it. Alright, Chronicle Magician. If a monster with 2500 original attack and or defense is normal special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is special summoned, you can target one Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon you control against 2500 attack and defense till the end of this turn. Alright, so this card is really good at being a beat stick. It's really good at making rank 7s. And that's mostly the gist of it. Am I convinced this card is great, though? I mean, probably. Maybe. I don't know. How does Circle work again? Does Circle have to have it in the name? It doesn't, right? It just has to mention Dark Magician. Oh, to spell a trap that has to use it too. Oh, this works off of navigation, right? So you can just summon, you activate navigation, summon Dark Magician, summon this thing. This then buffs the shit out of the Dark Magician, I guess. That's kind of funny. This thing summoned in defense position is kind of annoying. I don't know if honestly, I don't know if we have space for this card. I'm not super liking it. Can you even exceed with the new skill? I think so. There was no like restrictions on it, was there? Oh, I guess there actually was. And you can only summon or spell or summon spellcast type light giant monsters, dragon type light monsters, and fate monsters with levels. With levels? Oh, I assume you can still summon spellcaster, light or dark or dragon type. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it. The skill's kind of restrictive on stopping you exceed summoning. This thing summons in defense. Like, would you prefer to have this or just the hand trap that does the same thing but for only 2000, right? Because isn't there just a hand trap that boosts by 2000, right? Or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. Isn't Illusion just 1000 times better than this? There's 2000 plus 2500 attack, easy ODK. Oh, so you want to use this plus have Illusion in hand? I think that's getting a bit too cope. Yeah, I don't think I like this card too much. I think I like just having, I'd prefer to have Illusion over it.
Card games
like
on
100% of the time.
motorcycles!
If this thing didn't summon in defense, I could see sort of a reason for it, just because that leads to some extreme lethals. You have a 5000 attack and a 2500 on the field. But if this thing just summons in defense, you might as well just have Illusion as the attack buffer in hand. Just do the exact same thing, basically, minus 500 attack. And it's a hand trap instead. And add auto set me to Markiplier vid, what the fuck? Damn, Markiplier vids on my stream? Tamias, the actual monster, isn't added. Tamias? Isn't he just a fusion? Tamias is a monster? I thought he was just a fusion monster. Who? Alright. Hey, this dude. We've got this guy. Yeah, we've got these cards. These ones you're referring to. Ebon High Magician? Oh, this is just this dude, right? Yeah, that's fine. This Natural Dragon? Yeah, we've got that card in the game. The Fusion Monster. Yeah, I'm not sold on this card. Anyway, let's move on. We've seen this card already. What are you? Nightmare Wheel. Activate this card by targeting one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change its battle position. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. Once per turn during your standby. Okay, this is just a fiendish chain at home, is it? Alright, moving on. I've been through that already. Alright, so that's all the elite cards. So that's probably everything from the structure deck as well. Most likely. So, scrolling down again. So we actually still haven't reached the box review part of the stream yet. We're still going through everything else. Now we've got the anniversary box. Alternate art box. Holy. Why is the United Dragon? I think we've already... Why is the United Dragon? Who? Oh, this thing? This thing just lets you fusion sign. It seems from my Master Duel. We definitely don't have this in the game yet. Anyway, alt art box. This is a this is a bank account ruiner if I've ever seen one. Holy shit. This is the whaler's dream. So we've got Black Rose Dragon. Can I zoom in for this? We've got to zoom in for this. We've got Black Rose Dragon looking clean. Imagine if they gave us some alternate animations for all these. I doubt they would, but that'd be really sick. So we've got this clean looking Black Rose over here. God damn, that looks good. We've got Nightmare Unicorn. Some of you might notice this from the Master Duel when it was added. Don't really care as much about this, but it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. He's ready for the 60th Blue Eyes Alternative Art. We already got our 60th Blue Eyes Alternative Art, okay? That was like 2 weeks ago we got one. We literally just got one. But it's a weird one too. It's like Blue Eyes, but it looks like a toon monster, but it's not a toon. It's a weird art, but anyway. Alright, then we've got the real money makers over here. We've got Evil Twin Kill, but in non-child version? Big Booba Live Twin? Huge money maker right here. God damn. Zoom and enhance. Holy. Every time I go to see this on the field now, you know your opponent's gonna be a massive fucking whale. But can you really blame them? Is this card not worth the $250 it is for 3 copies of it? Is that not worth it? You know? That tat on her. Are people getting that tat confused for something else? VTuber deck, oh my god. Alright. Evil Twin Leela. Not as much cleavage in this one, okay? This one's a bit more covering up. But there's a lot of thigh. God damn, these are some good arts though. Not gonna, like, even if we're not talking from just Big Boober alone, the card arts are fucking fantastic, actually. The arts are so good. Just containing like the 2 little VTuber girls in the art as well. Like the like they contain Leela and whatever in each of the arts. It's actually so cool. As you love that shit. Alright, then we got Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which I'm not gonna lie, this art is fucking horrendous. I do not like this art at all. That is ugly. I prefer the old one. This one is dog shit. P1 Booba or Flyers, yep. Man, this card's hot dog shit. This card art's hot dog shit. I prefer the other one. Then we have Trickstar Holy Angel. Ooh, that one's a, now this is the one I'm going to be digging for. Because I am definitely going into this box, by the way, until I get this card. So as soon as we hit this card, I stop digging. Literally, as soon as we hit this card, I'm going to stop digging. I want this card 100% in my box. This card's going in my deck 100%. And the other card art's the game then banned on release. What, the one that makes him look a little bit gay? Is that the way of putting it? Best way of putting it? This looks so mid. What are you saying? Is that a timeout? That's got to be a timeout right there. This looks so mid. That's got to be a 10-minute timeout right there. Alright, I'll give you a 1-minute timeout for that one. Like, that has to be a timeout. How dare you? Compare it to the other one, actually. Holly. Hello? Did I not spell Holly right? It's got 2 hours. I'm dumb. I'm completely... I spelled Holy. I'm actually... Anyway. Like, I swear they gave her an actual, like, a boob job in this. Look at the difference, man. There's lots going on here, you know? There's definitely been a bit of an upgrade in the chest department. Let's not get cancelled. I was trying to say the least cancelable way possible. God, I actually know what Black Rose Floppy. I think the old art had the same rarity, 100%. But this alternate art box is going to be weird. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. My guess is that the alternate art box is just going to be these cards alone, maybe? And it's just going to be, you get 1 card per pack. So you just have to dig like 7 times to get the guaranteed one. That's kind of my guess, I think. It's kind of weird they call it a box, though. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just a reprint box, but these cards are in it or something. I know, it's weird how it's gonna be weird how they do this. The best way I think they should do it is that you get 1 card per pack and you just have to buy it a few times. It'd be kind of annoying if they do it in like a full box and you have to dig through like thousands of cards just to try to hit these guys, but knowing Konami, you know, which one makes them more money? Did you go over the box yet? No, we haven't even started on the box yet. Has the stream recovered, by the way? Is the stream still dead? Hell yeah, we've recovered, boys. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash again. We've recovered back to almost as much viewership as we were on before the stream crashed. Thank God we got to that point before we did the box review. Alright, then we've got the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, who, I'm not gonna lie, boys, I'm annoyed we got this card. Because, for those that don't know, you know, just had to show something off real quick. So I'm annoyed they added this alt art. Because this alt art, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good, okay? That's a really decent looking alt art.
Card games on motorcycles!
But you know how many times I used to brag to people? I would, literally annually, at certain points in the year, I would post a screenshot on my community tab about a certain card I owned. I would literally use this as bragging rights. Where is it? Come on, Duel Links, come on. And for the billion pop-ups to get off my screen. Any day now. Just studying live twin. Not deck editor. Wait. Where are you? There it is. Prismatic Dark Magician Girl riding a dragon. Holy. No one's going to use it in a ranked. Hey, I had this in my Toon deck, okay? It was never summoned, but I had it in my Toon deck. Still a 2-hour-long stream, it hasn't reached the box yet? True. Yeah, so we had this I already had this. I used to brag about all the goddamn time. And now they've re-added it with a different artwork. I feel like I've lost my, like... This card's lost all its value. This card art's way better. Look at the angle, man. Maybe I just need to get a prismatic of this as well. Like, what if I just do a stream doesn't end until we pull a prismatic version of this? How much money would that cost, you reckon? How much money do I need to spend to get a prismatic Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight? What if they do it like it's one of these selection box things and you can guarantee get this prismatic? So this card just loses all value entirely. My previous one. Wouldn't that'd be so cringe. Konami would actually be reading my community post at that point. Too much? Right the D? Oh yeah. So you notice the dragon has a lot of spikes on its back, so it's a very interesting spot for her to sit, but anyway. Reprinted your NFTs? That's fucked. That is actually fucked up. They actually reprinted my NFTs. It actually would be really cringe if they did make it so that the anniversary box could be use the EX tickets to make these prismatic. That wouldn't be cringe in terms of, like, it'd be awesome, but just for me personally, it ruined the value of my previous version of this. I could no longer have any bragging rights because everyone would have a prismatic copy of this. But anyway. Why is somebody typing in my chat in caps lock? I need to... Not in caps lock, just spamming. I need to breed. What is that about? Anyway. So Rush Duel. We've got another card here. I've got 2 new cards here. I don't know how we're getting these. It just says Rush. We've got Valkyrie, which is your opponent cannot attack... Oh, I already read through this. Then we've got this dude. The Vor's Raider, a level 4 monster with 1900 attack for a level 4. God damn. I love how this card's getting released and it's already power crept. The Wicked Beast Warrior does every horrid thing imaginable and loves it. His axe bears the marks of his countless victims. Nasty. Yep, Rush, that's the entire community's reaction, Tatsu, don't you worry. Everyone thinks the same. Anyway. Alright. Box review time. Yay! We'd only... How long this stream's been going for? We already had 53 minutes on this one, and God knows how long this one's been going for. 2-hour long stream, and now we're reaching the box review. Let's go. What even is the balance? And Rush, to be fair, these cards are legend cards, so you can only play one of each. Or one legend card in your deck entirely, so... If you're playing this, you can't play a legend monsters. You can't play like Summon Skull or something. Alright, box time. Starting us off, we have a card called... I'll just refresh real quick, just in case it was updated. So I haven't refreshed in ages. Alright. Haunted Zombies. Banish 1 zombie monster from either graveyard and special summon 2 haunted tokens with the same level as the banished monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, you can use once per turn. Alright. Kind of a very annoying card, because it really stops you dying, but not that fantastic. If you could use this card on the same turn it was set, like you set it back from the graveyard, then you could use it again immediately. That'd be kind of crazy, but yeah, no, other than that, it's not that great. Definitely more of a pack filler card in this one. Definitely a pack filler this one, I reckon. What a fucking tolerable format. Yep. Format's alright, just kind of a bit scuffed right now in terms of the balancing of it. It's probably become more scuffed after the structure deck they just released. Call art. It does have a call art. It has that tower card in the background too, right? Yeah, I'm gonna just ban this guy because he's being real weird. This dude just spamming breeding time. I don't know what that's about, but let's hit you with a fat shadow ban. There you go. Now you can type in my chat all you want and I'll never see it. Alright. Mad Mauler. This card's name becomes Plague... Oh, it's a tuner. This card becomes Plague Spreader Zombie while it's on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 6 or higher monster you control, reduced to level by 2, and if you do, special summon this card. Okay. Also, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters except zombie-type monsters while this card's face up on in the field. Use each effect once per turn. Oh, here's this effect once per turn. Okay, so my first thought on reading this is that Plague Spreader is just a better card. This thing requires you to have a level 6 on field already. And it reduces the level, so it just lets you summon another level 6 with it. So you have a level 6 and you summon a level 6 with it. Seems kind of pseudo-pointless. Probably has some uses somewhere, but... Yeah, I think you just play you literally just play Plague Spreader over this. It's just a better card. Arfiend Skull zombie support, true. Get him, coach. An extra... I mean, to be fair, it is an actual extra Plague Spreader. If you wanted to have more copies of Plague Spreader in your deck. Because a lot of the synchros do require specifically Plague Spreader to summon. But yeah, I'm not super... I think previous version of Plague Spread is better, is what I'm saying. Alright. Radiant. What is going on in this card art? Is that a... What is going on there? I can't tell if it's facing forward or backward. Anyway. When this card is normal summoned while your opponent controls a monster, you can discard one card, send any number of Radiant blah blah from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn this card's in your graveyard, you can make this card in the graveyard become dark until the end of this turn. Uh-huh. That is certainly a card effect of all time. You think this is better than Plague Spreader? You have to have a level 6 already on field to use it. I don't know, I don't like it too much. I like Chaos. I like the other one way better. Instant light and dark in the graveyard? If your opponent already controls a monster, I guess that's true. You can make it. You can make an instant light and dark in graveyard. That is pretty cool. If your opponent controls a monster. Of mine is support. I feel like it's not going to see any play though, but it's kind of cool to think about for your chaos deck lovers. All right. Necro Quip Prism. Target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon monster from your hand with an equal or lower level than that target. Then equip that target to it. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards or effects with the same name as the equipped card. While the monster is equipped to the summon monster gate this effect, it gains attack equal to half of the equipped monsters. Right, moving on. That is a card. Eternal Bond. Target any number of photon monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, but their effects are negated. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one photon monster your opponent controls. Take control of it, and if you do, its attack for the rest of this turn becomes the combined original attack of all photon monsters you currently control. Also, you cannot declare attacks the rest of this turn except with that monster. What is it? What in your opponent controls? Is there a card in Photon that makes your opponent have a Photon monster or something? Like, changes the name of things to Photon or something? That's so random. Unfortunately, it's during your main phase though, so... You think YouTube died, did it? Did we die? Are we back? Did we die? Are we still? Oh, we're back. We're back again. We just slight lag. Yeah. Okay. So not a good card. But I was just wondering if there was a card that makes Sling into a photon or Sling on the opponent's field. Otherwise, it's really random. Anyway, moving on. Reversible Beetle. What is this card? What is this card? What is going on there? Shuffle this card and any number of any face-up monsters in its column into the deck, and it's a flip monster. Oh god! If this card is normal spell or summon, change this card and any monsters in its column to face-down defense position. Right. So, normal summon Book of Moon. That's great. Moving on. Snowman effect. Why have I seen this card out before? Target one face-up monster you control gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters you control until the end of this turn. It cannot attack directly during this turn, and that's another one of those cards of all time that we move on from. Alright, so a Shiranui trap card. Let's see what this one does. So I don't think we got the trap card that's actually scary, but let's find out what this card does, because this card is now searchable off the skill. Any Shiranui card is searchable off the skill, not just the monsters. Using your neighbor's Wi-Fi? No, that's the issue. The neighbors are using the Wi-Fi, and it's causing the entire world's internet to crash, or entire town's internet to crash. It's probably the entire country's internet to crash. Alright, Shiranui style success. Special summon zombie monster from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. You banish this card from your graveyard, then target one zombie monster you control. That zombie monster is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own. You only use the effect once per turn, and only once during that turn. Okay. So, this card is probably not going to see any play. Because if you activate this thing, then get it in your graveyard. Yeah, you can use one effect per turn, so you can't even be used during the same turn to protect your stuff. And even if it could, it wouldn't be that great, because your opponent could chain things to it. Like when you activate this thing to initially, then you just chain to it. Then when it's in the graveyard, you can it'd be useless. Yeah, I don't think we use this in Duel Links. Even as a searchable, I don't think special summoning from hand is that great. The banish from grave is alright. Like if there was a way to put this in grave for a discard, or like just some way to get this thing in the graveyard without using the so not to use the effect. So on turn 1 you put this in the grave, that'd be kind of nice, just to defend whatever you've got on field. But if you can't put it in grave on turn 1, then it's not that great. And I don't think there's any I can't think of anything to put this in the graveyard easily. I mean, second effect seems good, but it's not a quick effect. It is a quick effect. If it's a trap card in graveyard, you can use it like that. You can use it whenever. Unless it says main phase or something, which I don't think it did. Yeah, it is a quick effect. But you'd have to get it in the graveyard initially. Because you don't want to use the first effect. You literally just want to use the second effect. Skill plus Shiranui synthesis. Yeah, it just sounds too scuffed. Anyway, moving on. Catch Eve level 2. If this card's in your hand, you can target one level 3 or higher monster you control, reduce level by exactly 2. And if you do, special summon this card. You only use this effect once per turn. Yeah, that's a card that does something. I mean, extenders for Cyburst, they've got like 60 billion in their archetype already, so do we really need more? Not really. But hey, if you want another Cyburst extender, there you go. There's another one for you. But yeah, Cyburst has like 60 billion extenders. I don't think they realistically needed another one. But it's level 2, so sprite support. Yay! Wait, wrong game. The Shiranui was missing 4 cards. 3 are in the box. The scary one's missing. Well, thank God. Alright. Shiranui style Samsara. This card's name becomes Shiranui style synthesis while it is in the spell and trap card zone. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Banish one face up zombie type monster you control. You take no damage this turn. So that's a pretty annoying effect, especially considering like how prevalent cards like Kiteroid were in Duel Links. Skipping a turn like that can be very strong. But I'm not sure it really fits the Shiranui playstyle, because normally you're doing that because you don't have a turn 1, so you're forced to just try to skip it instead. I think Shiranui's going to have a turn 1, so you're probably not going to need that. Target 2 of your banished zombie monster with 0 defense, shuffle them both into the deck, then draw 1 card. Yeah, so I don't think we care about this too much. Yeah, I think if you have an option to search for something with the skill, I think I'm always going to search for just the Shiranui card, even if it's not... I think I'm just always going to search Ghost Meat skill. I don't know, I just don't see... There's not a whole lot of point in these ones. In this one specifically. Or this one, really. Make Herald Synchro and Cyburst. Hey, we have got the Herald Synchro in the game, so I guess that's true. Remember, they all have banish effects? If it banishes zombie monster from your deck, that'd be insane, because you banish the pop card, but you're not going to have the pop one just on the field, at the ready. Yeah, I don't like this card too much. Dino Sowing. Okay. Cannot be destroyed a battle. If this card is targeted for an attack, this card gains 1,000 attack and defense. Holy. If this card is attacked, after damage calculation, the attack and defense gained from this card returns to... Oh. Wow. That's cool. I love it's not even a dinosaur monster, it's a fiend. That's fucked up. Heliosphere Dragon. While your opponent has 4 less cards in their hand and this card is the only monster you control, your opponent cannot declare an attack. Okay. Once per turn, if you control a level 8 dragon type monster, you can make this card become level 8 until the end of this turn. Right, that is a card effect of all time. Can use it with the new Galaxy Eye skill, Pog. Broken. Dude, your opponent can't attack? How can your opponent win if they can't attack? That's insane. More bot cards? Hell yeah, just what they needed. Alright, then we have Toad the Jam. A slime with the head of a frog. It attacks by croaking terribly. No, sorry, Frog the Jam, wasn't it? Isn't this card literally Frog the Jam? I don't think they renamed. I swear we already had this in the game. How's it taken this long for them to add fucking Slime Toad? It's taken this long for this card to be added to the game? This card should be the first cards they put in the game. This card's iconic. These are the most mentioned vanillas ever. How did it take so long? This dude is so popular, so well known. Why is he not fucking... Why was he not in the game earlier? The name change? They had to, because they were not... There's, all the frog cards had to say, except... Toad the Jam, because it was really, and they just decided, fuck it, just change the name. Then you don't have to keep mentioning it on every single frog card until the end of time. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so this card's an interesting one to add, because this card, I think, is relatively recent in, like, TCG too, right? I know this was only recently added to Master Duel, so it can't be that old in TCG either. Like, maybe a year and a half, maybe, age-wise? I think this card's fairly new. Sprite support? True. Yeah, this card's fairly recent, right? Any TCG players? Like, it can't be that old. It's like a year and a half or something. At least it wasn't Master Duel not that long ago. Shamisen Samsara Sorokat. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. Alright. Once per chain, during your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card you control. If this card's in your graveyard, you can target 1 other synchro monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck. And if you do, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Alright, so this card is, the chance of this card being relevant is really high. Like, in just terms of... This card's a really good card, but how it's going to be used in Duel Links it's beyond my brain cell to work out. But this card is a really good card. I just don't know how it would be used in Duel Links currently. Yeah, so this thing literally sums itself back from the graveyard if you've got 2 synchros in the graveyard. So if you do some like massive combo, you get multiple synchros in the graveyard, this thing just sums itself back as a free resource. Quick effect, main phase synchro summon during your opponent's turn. Yeah, I don't know what combo you have to use for this, but I'm sure there'd be something you could do with this card. I really do. I'm just not sure what you'd do with it. Is my stream disconnected? God, I really do. Oh, it hasn't. Never mind. It's generic tuners for zombie decks? Yeah. TG support? Could be. Unironically, could be. I just have no clue how we're going to use it, but if there's some way to abuse this thing, it'll be broken. But it just depends on how you use this thing. I know it got used in IRL a lot, so how it gets used in Duel Links, don't know. Don't know if it'll even be able to be used in Duel Links. Alright, moving on. Zombie Reborn. Okay. Target one zombie monster in either graveyard. Banish one monster with the same name from your deck or extra deck. And if you do, special summon the targeted monster. If this card's in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card. Banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use one zombie effect per turn only once during that turn. Okay. So, a recyclable monster reborn. This can be used like a pseudo, not DD Crow, but same style effects, right? If you have Zombie World on the field, because that turns everything into a zombie, right? You can use this thing to banish your opponent's stuff as well. If you have Zombie World on the field. Which I assume you will via just how the deck functions. Outside of that, though, I'm not really that keen on the card. It's not a bad card. It's just an extender if a deck needs an extender. So if zombies, for some reason, want an extender because they send a bunch of stuff to graveyard, maybe they want this thing to bring something back for an extension, it could be used for that. But yeah, just a monster reborn. If a deck needs an extender, they can play this thing. It's kind of cool. It can be used on opponent's stuff too, though. If you especially have the field spell up. Skull 7. Holy, you can activate fucking the Ishizu skill. It turns your opponent's graveyard into zombie monsters. Then you can activate Servant in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. If you have a Skull 7 yourself. Actually, it doesn't really work that well on opponent's stuff, actually, because you have to have the zombie in your deck as well, so it's only really good in mirror matches. Never mind. Either way, you might just use it for the reborn. Alright, moving on. Algor Mazera. Alright. Yeah. If a zombie monster you control be destroyed, battled, or card effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard instead, okay? So, pseudo pan trap thing. If this card is banished from the hand or graveyard, you can spell or summon it in defense position. Then you can decrease its level by 1. Oh, I just realized it's level 8. Holy shit. Damn, if you can dump this thing in the graveyard, that's actually really annoying. Alright. Okay, we lagging? Hang on. Chat's saying we're lagging, hang on. Pause, chat. Zombie monsters, then you can activate Zombie Reborn to type. Are we back yet or what? Back? Am I back? Can we see me? Am I alive? Has the entire stream already left because we disconnected? Yes. Am I back? My god. I lose literally 100 viewers every time the stream disconnects. It's the most absolutely irritating thing imaginable. This country is so awful. Alright, where were we? We're at this thing, right? I have no idea when I cut out, by the way. So I assume I've already read through this card. You guys might just heard me talking about it, I guess. So this card is Seems really okay. I'm just not sure. Like, if you can easily put this thing in the graveyard just for free at some point, that's kind of cool. Because you wouldn't want to rely on this thing. But if it's something you can just dump in the graveyard at some point just for fun, then the card's actually really good. But you don't want to have it something you rely on. Just move, smile. Let me just move to another country real quick. Let me just fly overseas. Yeah, this card is I do like this card. I'm just not sure if it'd actually be something you'd use. It's not something you want to rely on, but if you can just dump it in the graveyard for free at some point, just during whatever combo you're doing, then it's not a bad card to have in the graveyard as a good way to defend yourself. Country diff, I guess. Definitely a country diff. Huge. Huh? I guess everyone refreshed the stream. Nice. Alright, moving on. Jack O'Bolin. We bowlin'. You can discard one zombie monster, special summon this card from your hand. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, you can target one zone monster in either graveyard, special summon that monster. Then banish this face up card until the end phase. Okay. This works really well if there's any graveyard special summons like Mayakashi. This actually works really well in Mayakashi. Like, really well. Damn, if only you could summon this during your turn as well. This would be an instant Mayakashi staple, but it had to be summoned during your turn as well. Or, like, activates effect during your turn. And Mayakashi has a bunch of random restrictions on it. A terrible still zombie? It doesn't seem that bad. This seems like it'd be really good in specifically Mayakashi. But I don't think, I don't know Mayakashi even, the skill even lets you play it if you wanted to. It'd only be really good if you could use it on your turn as well. Like, the special summon on your turn as well. So you'd summon this thing from your hand by discarding a monster, bring back a Mayakashi, pop a card, because the skill just dumps the Mayakashis in the graveyard. Terrible and terrible for the opponent. Oh! I don't think Bone Tower's in Duel Links. I'm pretty sure it's not. Oh, you can summon it? Okay. This might be something you'd see for fun in Mayakashi. I'm not super convinced just because Mayakashi's a fairly stacked deck already in terms of what it plays. Like, I don't think this really fits into all the into the slots, but I could see someone playing this. I can't think of any other uses for it though. There's no other zombie deck that has like a effect that when it comes back from the graveyard to destroy something or something, right? No like archetype. I don't think it really fits anywhere else. But it might fit in like Mayakashi. Imagine a Bone Tower is in Duel Links. Yeah, no. I think you just literally deck people out. It'd be awful. Alright. Galaxy Satellite Dragon. 2 dragon monsters. During the battle phase, quick effect, you banish this card from your field or graveyard, then target one number exceeds monster you control whose original attack attribute attributes, blight, blah blah blah. Until the end of the battle phase, its attack becomes equal to the value of the number in its name times 100. Also, any battle damage your opponent takes is halved. During your opponent's end phase, you can choose one card from your deck and place it on top of your deck. Right. Yes. This is a card of all time. Not gonna see play though. Not gonna see play. Moving on. I mean, you might use it if you want to link to specifically Dragon or something. I don't know. Wait, free body. Wait, does this special summon itself? Wait, it's not a free body. What do you mean? Alright, Cyber's Wicked. Okay. Elfo Man. We'll get to the Elfo Man card later, okay? Hold your memeing. Hold, okay? We'll get to the Elfo Man later. Cyber's Wicked. This Link Summon card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Cyber's monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. If monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, while you control this monster except during the damage step, you can banish one Cyber's monster from your graveyard, add one Cyber's tuner from your deck to your hand. You use once per turn. Alright. So this card is pretty good. I've seen this a bunch in Master Duel. But we only really have one Cyber's tuner, right? This is literally for the new deck. So it searches for what Cyber's tuners do we have? So we got the new one, right? But what other ones do we have? It's mostly a Math Mech card. I don't know if we have any of these. Wait, we don't. Oh, so literally the only card I can search for is this. Yeah, that makes it not so good. Because how does that even help you? This thing doesn't special summon itself, unless the skill lets you special summon or place it. Why am I zoomed in so far? Where was it? I guess the skill lets you place it, so you can use it to search it. Yeah, I think this card would be really good but it had to scale with time. Like, you had to wait till there's some more like Math Mechs or something for it to be that great. The skill can help you use this thing, but the skill can also grab you the card that this thing's searching for, so I don't know how much that helps. It's not a bad card though, it's definitely a good card, but I think it's more of a scale with time sort of card. Wait till we get some Math Mechs to use it with. Wait till we get some of the Math Mech-y dudes. It plays if you can't flip it. I don't think that's true. I think it's going to work like the Red Eye skill does. Because otherwise it'd be kind of weird, because like, I'm pretty sure the Galaxy Eyes one reads exactly the same. But the Galaxy Eyes card also then mentions you sending a face-up or something from your field or something. So it'd be kind of weird if it doesn't work that way. I just think it's not one of those classic translation errors where they didn't bother to put the rest of the effect in, allows you to reflip it. I assume it will let you. Because normally they only put in that part of the effect where you can't, where it needs to be flipped to be able to use it. Or it needs to be set, then flipped, so that your opponent has a chance to respond to it. Because normally with skills, if it just puts something on the field, your opponent has no chance to respond. But if you have to manually flip it, it gives your opponent the chance to respond. So it's normally a balancing thing. They normally don't just give you a skill that says, set the card on the field, and you can't do anything with it for the turn. That'd be really dumb. But it might do that, but I don't think it will. Alright, Cyber's Integrator. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. Level 3. If this card synchro summon, you special summon one Cyber's tuner from your hand or graveyard in defense position, or you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Cyber's monsters. Okay, so you can climb with this fairly easily. If this synchro summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Okay, climb and draw. What level's the tuner we're getting? 1, so it has to be used with a level 2. No. Okay, I assume there's some combo with this. That's a pretty sick combo though. If you can easily get like, if there's a 1 card combo that could use this thing, that'd be pretty insane. Yeah, if there's a cool 1 card combo in this deck list and you get a card draw out of it, that'd be actually pretty sick. I'm not quite sure how the deck functions yet because I haven't really explored it at all, so if there's a cool 1 card combo with this that goes into this, that ends on this dude or whatever this card's effect is and gets a card draw out of it, that'd be pretty good. Hopefully this card has a really sick effect, because that might make this deck playable then. Yeah, card draws always nice, so. Alright, Shinobi Necro, which is currently being blocked, I think, on my screen. You guys will live. Can I make it so that it's not blocked? Good enough. Shinobi Necro. If a non-zombie monster is spell summoned from your graveyard while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can draw one card and discard one card. If this card in the graveyard is banished face up to activate an effect, or by an effect, you can special summon this card, banish it when it leaves the field. So I've used this a lot in Master Duel in a Chaos deck I used to play. Very, very good in Chaos, because obviously you'd activate an effect to banish something, banish this thing, it would summon itself back to the field. But it has to be used to specifically activate an effect. So it has to be something that banishes for an effect. A banish is to use, like, yeah, to activate an effect. So I don't think it just works on, like, if something just banishes to special summon itself, it won't work like that. But there's some effect you could use for this thing, it'd be great. So, very good card, puts itself on the field, free body. But even in those decks, this card was only really used in like grass decks or decks that could easily mill a bunch of cards. We don't really have those kind of style decks in Duel Links anymore. Not since grass is gone and fucking what's his face got nerfed into oblivion. So not sure if this will make the cut in Duel Links, but it's not a bad card if there's a spot for it. It's really hard to rate how a zombie deck's gonna look in Duel Links because zombie's gonna be like, I reckon it's going to be all over the place in what builds you go for. There's so much just random graveyard stuff going on, so it might be alright, but not sure. Alright. Return of the Zombies. Banish one zombie monster on the field, then spell summon one zombie monster from your graveyard, from the graveyard of the player who controlled it to their field, in defense position. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay. So the cool thing about this card is if you have Zombie World on the field, this thing can banish your opponent's stuff and force them to special summon out zombies from their own graveyard, which is kind of cool. You can also use it to revive stuff from your own graveyard. But at the end of the day, would you prefer to use this or just play a Compulse or an IDP or just any standard removal that doesn't require you to have a field spell for being a good card? You know? Probably not. So you're probably not going to use this card, I'd imagine. 2, Posthumous Army. Does that cost any life points? I actually don't remember. Does that cost any life points? So you have to have Cosmic first. So you use Cosmic, then you can do it. F? No fucking way, man. I'm going to... Oh my god. Please, no. Stop Fing, I swear. I'm having a terrible day, boys. Alright, moving on. Alright, Zombie Necronize. Alright, making sure the stream's actually working before I keep going. Yeah, it's working. Okay. If a level 5 or higher zombie monster is on the field, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. Okay. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card, banish it when it leaves the field. You only use it once per turn. You have one effect per turn. Okay. Another card that's really cool with Zombie World. It's also really cool if you activate a Cosmic first, activate the skill, instantly can use this to steal your opponent's stuff. If this was a quick play, it'd be insane, but it's not a quick play, right? Yeah. This card would be good. Muted? What do you mean I'm muted? Huh? I'm not muted on Twitch, I'm just muted on YouTube. What the fuck? Why is that a thing? Alright, one day, YouTube is disconnecting, then Twitch is having a muted issue. What is wrong with these platforms? Hello. Alright, can you hear me again, Twitch? Can you hear me now? I hate this I hate this fucking... I hate everything. Oh, just let me stream, please. I just want to stream. Oh, God. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me on YouTube, but let's see if Twitch is still dead. What? Why am I muted on Twitch only? Why? Why is this a thing? You can literally hear me on YouTube. It's working. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I can't just have one normal stream. I just want to stream, man. I just want to stream. How do I even know when I'm back? That's the issue. Like, will I come back on Twitch or what? Twitch shut down because you're smart. Does it look like I'm smiling? Am I having a good time? What? I can hear Josh. Why is Josh's stream fine? Why is mine scuffed? There's no way that would fix it, because it's still working on YouTube. You could use sign language, maybe. What kind of an issue is that? Just not working on one platform, just audio. Why? What a stupid issue. I can't even do anything about it. I can't even fix it. There's nothing I can fix. It's working. It's just not working on specifically Twitch. I don't think Twitch has like a reset thing or anything. I don't care. I'm continuing the box review. I give up. All right, moving on. I can't be asked. Okay. So this card's probably not going to be very good because Mind Control exists, and Mind Control doesn't have any restrictions, so you just play that instead. So much live on screen, I love it. Now my headphones are running out of battery. Awesome. In my country, when someone speaks the truth, they get muted forever. Huh? Monka. Restart the entire stream. I can't even restart just specifically the Twitch one. I don't restart the YouTube one, so you lose the entirety of the viewership if you restart. This is how internet works. There's no point in having a Twitch stream if the audio is not working. Why? Is there not just an end stream button on Twitch like there is on YouTube? Do I have to end on OBS? Because I'm not ending on OBS. Why is there not an end button on Twitch? Why is that not a thing? You just have YouTube and Twitch open? Because Twitch is trash, apparently. I can't even click the end stream button on OBS because it ends on both. Man. I actually had enough of this shit. How's there not an end stream button on Twitch? It's so annoying too because I can't just keep going because I can't just have a Twitch stream going that's muted the entire time. I want to end on Twitch and I can't end because I had to end on OBS, which ends the YouTube stream. Why is there literally not an end stream button on YouTube on Twitch? I'm fucking in. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. How is this unfixable? How is there an unfixable problem?